Okay, welcome back to another episode of Jordan's Garage, or that's what it'll be for now. I'm actively thinking about a different name for my YouTube channel. And I'm realizing now that if this video doesn't look that great, my phone is cracked. The forward-facing camera is cracked. Did not go to Rudy's. The last video I posted was preparing for Rudy's. Rudy's is the first race. It was in North Carolina. Had a pretty much 100% chance of rain for Saturday, which was the main race day there, and I backed out at the last minute. Glad I did, because we would not have been able to stay Sunday, so that sucks pretty bad. I'm really disappointed that I don't have points for that race, but UCC's coming up. 5 more races to be exact, all throughout this year. I will be at every one of them, rain or shine. In this video today, I'm going to be doing some work on the mega cab. Going to be installing a fuel filter kit. I'll show you that now. So what is this? This is made by G&R Diesel, and this is a fuel filter kit that's basically, if you're familiar with 4th gens, and they make these for a wide variety of trucks. I'm not exactly sure if these work on 3rd gens too. This one specifically is for 13 to 18 4th gens. And there is a fuel water separator that is located in the rear of the truck underneath the bed. And if you've ever changed fuel filters on a 4th gen, I mean, is it hard? No, it's not really hard. It's a pain in the ass. You make a mess. The front filter, when you drain it, you get fuel pretty much everywhere. There's not a good way to drain it. You get it alongside the engine block sometimes, and on the oil pan, and on the front differential, front drive shaft, stuff like that. More stuff you got to clean up. In the rear, same way. I'm pretty sure in the rear you can connect like a hose to it to make a cleaner drain of the bowl. And the filters aren't cheap. So the main thing with this is get rid of those 2 filters, the engine mounted filter and the bed mounted filter. This bolts right in place in the factory spot underneath your bed. And you can use spin-on filters, traditional spin-on filters. Obviously, these came with cat filters. And everyone knows cat filters are great fuel filters, so a lot cheaper, too, than the mopar filters you are typically used to buying for your 4th gen. I'm going to drain that rear-mounted filter and remove it. Everything is supposed to be completely plug-and-play. Factory fuel lines disconnect from the stock filter, and they connect right to this. This is a optional fuel heater, which plugs right into a factory plug back there. You do no wiring, you do no fuel lines, you do no fittings. It's all ready to go. 2 studs, 2 nuts. You utilize your factory nuts, and then you can leave the filter on the engine if you want. There's no reason to. You don't need 3 fuel filters. So in that case, G&R Diesel, they make this. This bolts directly in place of your factory engine-mounted fuel filter. The fuel lines are built in. You remove your stock fuel lines and you connect them straight to this. No fuel lines you have to mess with, no running of anything, no modifications, just unbolt and bolt this in. This will be in a different video. I'm not going to do this in this video. I'm just going to focus on this for right now. And yeah, there's multiple things I'm going to do under the hood at the time that I do this, so that'll be in a future video. Okay, here's what we're working with. I got everything almost pretty much disconnected. Factory fuel heater disconnected. It goes on a clip up here on this mount. Water and fuel sensor, which won't be used on the new ones. Both fuel lines are disconnected. They're just kind of laying there. Use one of these 3/8 fuel line disconnect tool. Take those off. And there's 2 13mm nuts that I have loosened and I'm about to fry off right now. So as soon as I get those off, the whole filter will come out. Okay, here's the current situation that I have on this GNR filter kit. Everything is supposed to be plug and play with this kit. I am in the process right now of trying to make sure whether or not I have made a mistake or parts are missing from my kit. Basically, this outline here, these are hard plastic, preformed lines, and they go onto the quick connect fitting. It may be hard to tell because it's in a really good spot, but you can see how much farther the fitting has to go, or the line has to go before it clips onto the fitting, and there's no way it'll do it without interfering with the aluminum housing. You can see behind it there is a extension. In order to get the 90-degree fitting spaced correctly, there's an extension. Well, this fitting needs an extension too. Several days later, GNR Diesel, I contacted them on Monday, and right away helped me out. There was a fitting missing in my kit. Just got this sent to me. Took 1 day from GNR. Luckily, they're in Ohio, so it was just 1 day to get to me. This is the extension piece that I was talking about that I knew I needed. So yeah, gonna take everything back apart. I have one fuel line to disconnect, the one that's correct. Disconnect it real quick. Remove the housing because it'll just be easier to do this outside of the truck. Put this on, install it. Should be good to go. That's more like it. Let's go get this put in. Oh, you hear that? I must have done something right. Okay, there it is. Finished product, all done. Oh, both fuel lines attached correctly, as you can see. Filled them up with fuel, fired right up. One thing I forgot to mention, if you have a 13 to 18 truck, you will need to cut off one of your exhaust hangers. And if your truck is like so, that exhaust hanger is not needed anyways. This is the optional fuel heater. Plugs into factory harness. And yeah, we're good to go. All done. Okay, that wraps this one up. Hopefully someone gets some use out of this video. If you're gonna buy a GNR Cat 6.7 fuel filter kit, yes, I was missing a couple fittings. Pain in the butt, of course, but GNR's I forget the guy's name that I talked to, but extremely nice, extremely helpful. Shipped it right away, got it the next business day. So here we are, all done. Thanks for watching this. Hopefully this gets some traction, and people, so I know people are buying these kits, and they're easy to install. Don't get me wrong, it's not hard to install, but if it's your first time or you're not much of a mechanic, I still say that you could do this. Maybe this video will help, because there's not very many videos out there on this exact kit. So this will be next. This is the like I mentioned before, the engine mounted fuel filter block. So now this is no longer needed. I got 2 filters out back, so you can get rid of that canister filter on the side of your engine that always makes a mess. That'll be in a following video. So like the video. Okay.